What's up, readers? It's Kenna over at Bookish and Brilliant, and for this video I thought I'd take you along on my week of reading that I'm about to have. I have the week off of work, which means I've got a lot of time on my hands. I'm not going anywhere, just planning on staying home and just doing things around the house, getting some things done, like checking some books off of my TBR. So as you can see, we are at one of my local Barnes & Nobles. I have a book that I'm going to return that I changed my mind on, but I have two books that I want to pick up, so I return one, get two. So reader math says that really I'm only buying one book, right? So come along with me. I'm going to head on inside and then show you what I got. Okay, as you saw, I went in and I got Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled. Now, I've read Done and Dusted, I got it through the library, and I loved it so much that I figured, why not have a physical copy of it? Because that's just how my reader brain goes. I like it, I want it for myself. The line at the library where I would probably usually wait for it was far too long, and this series has just been on my brain since I read Done and Dusted. So we got those, hoping to add them to my shelf. Hopefully we got some room for them, but it was a successful trip at Barnes & Noble. So we have made it home, changed into some comfy sweats for lounging around the rest of the night. I got some dinner and I picked out my next book. I'm going to be reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood because I love Ali Hazelwood and I love everything that I've ever read from her. And I know that this is something different that she's written, kind of straying away from her typical STEM romance, but she never disappoints me. So I trust her, and I need something a little bit different to just help me get into the mood of reading for this week after having finished Powerless today. So yeah, I'm gonna spend the night hanging out, eating, reading, playing with my dog, and I'll see you tomorrow. It is day 2 now of reading every day on my week off. I started Bride by Ali Hazelwood last night. Took me a minute to get into it because I really wasn't sure what to expect or what was kind of going on, but I got about 60 pages into it and it's pretty good. I didn't want to put it down, but I was exhausted. So I'm going to continue reading that today after I get some content filming done for my Bookstagram, and then I'll let you know how it goes after that. Finished another book last night. It was Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I've never really read much paranormal romance, so this was me dabbling in a new genre, a different genre than I usually do, but I loved it. Ali Hazelwood, as always, delivers. And I think next I'm going to pick up What the River Knows, because that one's been on my shelf for a while as well, and one that I've been wanting to read. Okay, so it's been a second since I last updated on my reading because it's been a busy weekend. My week off is almost over, so I thought I'd give you a little update on what I have been reading. First of all, I finished Powerless. I finished Bride. And then I got through A Court of Sugar and Spice. I got the audiobook through my library, and I am planning on finishing What the River Knows today. So I am cozied on up, got some water, got my book, and that's gonna be probably book number 4 that I get done this week.
A few moments later.
So it's been a hot minute since I had my little spring break, and I figured might as well wrap up this video with a little reading wrap up and talk about some of the books that I read over my spring break, give you my ratings for them, and just talk a little bit about them. First book that I read and that I finished was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I annotated this book as I read through it, which I honestly have loved doing over the past, I don't know, like year or so. But Powerless, I annotated this one, which was really fun. I felt like it helped me to stay entertained with the book. Not that it wasn't entertaining, but I feel like it just kept me a little bit more involved in the story. This book got so much hype on Bookstagram and on Book Talk and on BookTube. Everybody was talking about it, I feel like, when it came out. I had so many people recommend it to me, and it took me forever to pick up. But once I finally did, I was really glad that I gave it a shot, that I gave it a chance. The ending shocked me. So I will definitely be picking up the second book when that comes out later this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think I gave this one probably 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't quite a 5-star read for me, but it was definitely up there. I loved the banter. I loved the storyline of it, and it's definitely one that I will be recommending to people that ask. Book number 2 that I finished reading was Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I love Ali Hazelwood. I think she's a brilliant author. I love the way that she tells her stories, and I love her characters and the way that she writes them. I was a little hesitant, a little nervous, honestly, going into this. I thought about pre-ordering this for a really long time, but I was nervous because I was like, ooh, paranormal romance. I'm not really sure what that's gonna be like, what to expect with it, but I ate this up. I think I read it in about 2 days because it's just her writing is just so easy to read, and it's so good. The paranormal aspect of it wasn't that weird for me. I guess I've read some books like I've read some of the Ice Planet Barbarians, but nothing ever really too much in Omegaverse or in paranormal romance. This was fun. This was cute. This was sweet. I loved how it was an arranged marriage, but they found a way to become friends through a shared problem that they were both having, and the little mystery of like where her friend was that was missing, I thought was really fun, and it added to the story and bringing them together. So I love Bride. I think I gave this one 4 stars. Anything by Ali Hazelwood I will read no matter what, so it goes to show that yes, even if she switches genres, I'm gonna read it. The next book that I finished was actually an audiobook, and I don't have it because I borrowed it from the library. And this book that I listened to, the only reason I probably wouldn't have picked it up in the first place if I had just found it, but the reason why I picked it up and I found it at my library was because I saw this super unhinged book review for it on Bookstagram. The audiobook is called A Court of Sugar and Spice. Essentially, this is a retelling of the Nutcracker from a dark romance sort of perspective. The main characters are older. There's definitely lots of spice in it, and I personally, it wasn't my vibe, but I had to listen to it just for the sake of this unhinged book review that I saw for it. So I think I gave it probably 1.5 or 2 stars on Goodreads. So to each their own. If it's a book that you love, I love that for you. It just wasn't for me, but it was a fun little step out of my comfort zone just to try something different. The last book that I got through during the week was What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I saw her marketing for this book, which was fabulous, by the way. I believe it was just like an aesthetic reel that she had put together before she had published the book, and she was getting ready to publish it. And I saw the aesthetic reel and I was like, I'm in, like, sign me up. So I pre-ordered the book. I got the special edition from Barnes & Noble, and we get a little bit of a romance story. We get some history, some mystery, and 2 cliffhangers, both at the end of the last chapter as well as in the epilogue, that left me speechless. So What the River Knows, it's sweet. It's definitely a YA slow burn story, but really fun. And the way that she left things off in this book and some of the plot twists that I did not see coming, it's gonna make me get the second one and read the second one because I just have to know what happens. What the River Knows, fabulous book to end the week on, and I'm glad that I got through it. That wraps up my week off of reading, my little spring break reading. adventure that I went on. I hope you've enjoyed following along and seeing what a week of reading is like when we've got more time to do it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more vlogs about reading throughout my day or reading throughout my week. Make sure you subscribe, you hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video.